Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning and welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. So happy and excited to have this wonderful opportunity to come to you on today to move this vacuum cleaner out of my frame and to thank you for being a part of our Good Morning Grief Devotion. Yo, this is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is what you reveal on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't like it up, but we let it out. That's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. I want to thank y'all for joining us on today. Please make sure you like, share, tag somebody in this post. If it's a blessing to you, 10 times out of 10 is going to be a blessing to them. We are grateful and thankful for this wonderful opportunity that we have been afforded to navigate through this grief journey. So thank you for joining us on today. Today is day 135. We're going to talk about I try to remember that everyone suffers. 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 Here it is. When I'm hurting, I sometimes feel like other people have it easier. I experienced a major loss and they haven't. It can feel like life isn't fair. Have you been put in that position that when you're hurting, you feel as if everybody else has it easier? That yes, you yourself have experienced a major loss, and sometimes you feel like they haven't. Like they ain't lost what I lost. They ain't experienced what I experienced. They ain't been through what I've been through, right? We start to take on that posture, that demeanor. But what we have to know and understand is that everyone suffers. And we don't, this ain't the time to start comparing and say, well, my loss compared to your loss and your loss compared to my loss and this, that, and that. No, everybody goes through suffering. Everybody goes down that road. Everybody has to deal with suffering. When I'm hurting, I sometimes feel like other people have it easier. I experience a major loss and they haven't. It can feel like life isn't fair. I heard a comedian say, I think it was Mike Epps, and he was talking about, and I forgot, I only remember the joke or whatever, but he made reference to some, if we were all like in a circle or if we were all together and we all threw our problems down and we had to pick up somebody else's problems and move forward living or dealing with somebody else's problems, right? You know, how would we respond? What would that look like? And I thought it was just so very interesting because you know what you suffer with. You know the issues that you face, you know the challenges that you have in your life, right? And sometimes we have tendencies of just being unaware that other people are going through stuff as well. And or we have tendencies of thinking that we have it so hard and that other people may not be going through like we are. But if we were to all throw our problems down and you had to pick up somebody else's burden or problem and live with it, right? You would begin to see very fast, right? That yeah, this was your suffer struggle over here, but now you picking up somebody else's struggle. Now you picking up somebody else's problem. Now you got to contend with somebody else is dealing with and going through. And y'all, I'm telling you right now, that I mean, it would be something else if you had to walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. If you had to be subjected to the pain, the heartache, the suffering that other people had to endure, you would quickly begin to see, right, that not only are you not the only one that's going through something, but you will even empathize and sympathize with people more because of the nature of what they had to endure as well. Everybody suffers. That's why I love the quote that says, be kind to everybody because everybody is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. And that is so true. That's why kindness is so important because everybody is fighting a battle. Everybody is going through, everybody's fighting a battle. Everybody's contending with something that you know nothing about, right? And I know we got our own issues or problems. We're going on our own grief journey. We're going on our own, journey of grief. But this is the thing. You're not the only one that's navigating through a grief journey. Remember, grief is dealing with loss, change, and transition, right? Any loss, change, and transition. right? Some people are going through loss, change, and transition, and it may be the death of a loved one, it may not be the death of a loved one, but they're contending with so much loss, change, and transition in the midst of their life too, that we begin to know and understand that everybody is suffering, right? It's true that life isn't equitable, but it's also true that everyone suffers along the way. Almost no one makes it through life without experiencing great losses and hardships. Nobody. Nobody. That's why I love grief work and I think it's so important because everybody's grieving. It's just that everybody doesn't know it. Everybody's grieving. It's just that everybody doesn't know it because everybody is dealing with hardship. Everybody is dealing with loss, change, and transition. And it is having a great effect on so many people, right? And so this work is so very important. So what do? Check this out. So when I'm feeling envious of certain people or families whose lives seem perfect, I remember this. They too have probably suffered in the past and they will again in the future. This is the this is the thing. We have tendencies of looking at other people and we judge from the outside. And we think just because things look good on the outside, they ain't got no problems. They ain't got no struggles. They ain't got, look what they doing. Look at all the pictures they post. Look at everything. Understand something about social media. Social media is a lie. Because people post their glows. They don't post their woes, right? People they post their highlights. They don't post their lowlights, right? People post the good times. They not posting the bad times, right? They not. And behind every single one of those pictures, there's a story. There's a story of struggle, of pain. There's stuff that you don't see, right? And so social media will fool you into believing that oh they don't have problems, they don't have troubles, they don't have issues, they not dealing with nothing. Look how happy they are, right? And no, there's pain, there's suffering, there's a lot of deception that goes on, right? And this is the thing, everybody deals with something. Had the opportunity to be like an assistant chaplain. Well, really, it was a fill-in chaplain. I ain't gonna even say assistant. It was a fill-in chaplain for the Indiana Pacers for a couple of years, and so I had the opportunity to do devotions and minister to professional athletes, coaches, and all of that type stuff. These are people who are making millions of dollars, right? Millions of dollars. Problems, issues, troubles, struggles. They will have prayer requests, right? Problems, troubles, issues, struggles. You see them on TV. You see them making millions of dollars. You see them in their glory, and you think everything must be all well and good in their life. Absolutely not, right? Issues, problems, struggles, troubles, loss, change, transition, all of that stuff. And I think even that's why to even this day, like I don't get starstruck. You know, I don't see famous people and I'm like, oh my God, because none of that stuff moves me because I know behind all of that, number one, they're human. They're just regular humans like all of us. But I've talked to people in those positions, right? And I see that they have some of the same struggles and problems and everyday challenges that everybody else has as well, right? And so it doesn't move me because everybody hurts, everybody bleeds, everybody deals with loss, change, and transition. There's more to it behind what you see. And in my position, I'm always ministering to that. I'm always talking to people at that point, right? Behind the facade, behind the money, behind the fame and the platform, behind all of that stuff, which none of it moves me. You know, get into the core of what's hurting this individual, right? And so you got to know and understand. It's important. When I'm feeling envious, certain people and families who seem lives seem perfect. I remember this. They too have probably suffered in the past. They will again in the future. They're likely fighting battles right this minute that I know nothing about. Sharing my understanding, feelings of injustice and envy with a good listener will also help me through them. Y'all hear that? It's important that you share your understanding, your feelings of injustice and envy with a good listener that will help you through. Here it is. Here's the final thought. Proper sorrows of the soul are part of the human experience. Proper sorrows of the soul, they are part of the human experience. Today is day 135. I thank God y'all still alive. We talking about I try to remember that everybody suffers. As you continue to go through, y'all, remember that everybody suffers. Everybody suffers. I'm going to the comments. If y'all got any questions, comments, y'all holler at your boy. Pilar says there was a reel of someone wishing they had someone's life. Yep, coveting. God granted it, and he got to see and feel the hurt and pain and struggles behind the scenes and beg for his life back. Wow. This was a reel? Was it a movie or just a reel? You got to let me know what that was. I would love to see that. Yeah, I would love to see that. Amen to that. They posting like they ain't got nothing. They really hurting from not showing that inside. They showing outside. Exactly. That's exactly what's going on. Good morning, Willette McCants. Good morning to everybody. Any questions on this lesson today? It's so very important. Y'all, everybody's suffering. And I know we're suffering too, but everybody's suffering. So be kind. Everybody. People are fighting battles that we know absolutely nothing about. And so we want to make sure that we are cognizant of the fact that so many people are hurting. Just the real. If you find it, Miss Patrick, please send it to me. If you come across it, everybody is suffering. Everybody hurts. Everybody's going through. No questions, no comments. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. Hope and pray y'all have a terrific Tuesday in Jesus' name. And I look forward to seeing y'all again tomorrow. Amen. Let's go. Have a good day.